Make one thing very, very, very clear. We are going to do everything in our power to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. Vote for, if you want Donald Trump to win, say that. I will vote for Satan if I have to. Remember, no one's free until we're all free. And we can't protect ourselves if we can't protect each other. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against.
Right quick, you all tell me if you remember the following.
Vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris and expect to be welcomed by my community.
So that was a member of the Muslim American community there in Dearborn, Michigan, who told us if we voted for Kamala Harris, that we were not welcome in their community. Well, yeah, this is going to be kind of awkward. Hold on.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible.
Hold on. He's not finished.
People of the area do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
So this your man's, right?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? I'm doing great, wherever you are. Now, the message of today, it's not something to be celebrated, but I think it's bring us back to attention as melanated people. This makes me ask a question. Why are we black folks always taken for granted? Like it is evident everyone is trying to play a black person. Just look at this gentleman just recently. He tried to convince people not to vote for Kamala Harris, but then after things are going haywire, he's coming back and trying to talk well to black people and telling them like it's not like it was, and then black people are gonna be showing the receipts like, bruh, this is what you said. This makes me ask a lot of questions. Why are all these groups of people trying to take black people for granted? And while black people are trying to warn you all not to do a given thing, you go ahead and do the opposite of what they told you. And then when the repercussion hits, and then you're like, bruh, we need your help, Let me know in the comment section, because all these games that are being played, Latinos, white people for Trump, now Arabs for Trump, that's crazy. And I understand. I'm pro-Palestine, right? And it's okay, because looking at the atrocities that has happened to the Palestinians is okay. But what about this group of people that went ahead and said and convinced people not to do this, while they know that majority of percentage of people, of black folks, stands with Kamala Harris, and they know the reasons to why they did that? I don't like talking about political things, but let's just be critical. You all think about it. Why is it that when black folks warn people against doing something, they go ahead and do it, and then they know very well at the end of the day, we'll just call black folks and they'll fix it all, right? I want us to watch this video. Shout out to Penguins of Uganda. I took this video from her channel, and I wanted to also share this perspective because I find this so interesting. Interesting, not really interesting, but interesting for discussion. Because why are all these group of people playing black folks at the end of it all, and then coming back to you, they need help from you? Makes you want to know much. So let's watch the video. I'll be back, and then we'll have this discussion together.
Right quick, you all tell me if you remember the following.
Vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris and expect to be welcomed by my community.
So that was a member of the Muslim American community there in Dearborn, Michigan, who told us if we voted for Kamala Harris, that we were not welcome in their community. And that was because of stances over Gaza, right? Well, yeah, this is going to be kind of awkward. Hold on.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible.
Hold on. He's not finished.
People of the area do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
So this your man's, right? This your man's here talking about turning a demolition site into the Riviera of the Mideast. And those of us who stood with you, you told us we wouldn't welcome in your community if we didn't vote for your man's here, or Jill Stein, right? Question, where's Jill Stein now? Well, she doesn't seem to be answering the phone right now. And while I will never be okay with the carpet bombing of children, I will say this. If you all need any help in the community you told us we wasn't welcome to, since Jill Stein isn't answering, remember, you can always call Ghostbusters. Questions?
Make one thing very, very, very clear. We are going to do everything in our power to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. Vote for, if you want Donald Trump to win, say that. Bitch, I will vote for Satan if I have to. Remember, no one's free until we're all free. And we can't protect ourselves if we can't protect each other. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad.
Sounds good, bitch, but we should have did this November 5th. But might I remind you, you said this.
Vote for, if you want Donald Trump to win, say that. Bitch, I will vote for Satan if I have to. I don't care who we gotta deal with for the next 4 years, as long as you motherfuckers know that you fucked up and you guys are gonna deal with some type of repercussion for what happened for the last 10 months. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that bitch does not win and the Democrat Party loses the election. Fuck you guys.
He said all of this, and then he sealed it with a kiss. How do you expect us to come together in unity and form a community when there's no trust? You betrayed us. The black community told you this was going to happen, and rather than listening to us, you silenced us, you harassed us, you doxed us, you dehumanized us. You told us we don't know what genocide is, we don't know what oppression is. Imagine telling somebody who literally had to survive 400 years of slavery that we don't know what oppression and genocide looks like. You think just one day we just woke up and black folks were granted their rights? No, we had to fight for it. And one thing that we learned within that fight is also learning about this thing called harm reduction. We had to learn how to play chess, not checkers, and it literally took us years to get here. And the sad thing about it is the black community tried to give you the play-by-play on how we could help the Palestinian people, but you didn't want to listen to us. You said that we're stupid, we don't know anything about oppression, we're ghetto, hoodlum, genocidal trash. You dehumanized us. Told us that we don't know anything about a country that has literally been disenfranchising us for the last 400 years. And the sad thing about it is you would not have your civil rights if it wasn't for black people's plight. The only reason why you was even able to protest vote to begin with and throw it away is because of the blood that was spilled by my ancestors. So please get that fucking shit correct. And now y'all got the nerve to knock on the motherfucking door and ask black people, where are you at, black folks? We need you. Well, we needed you too on November 5th. And we told you that if you think that you are going to teach us a lesson, you're going to fuck around and find out first. Please don't come to black creators. Don't come to black people asking us for shit in this moment. Okay, we only 2 weeks in and we still haven't healed. We still haven't healed. And that brings it back to the dehumanization of it. We put our sweat, tears, and soul into this election, trying to save this nation once again. for every other minority and marginalized community to betray us. And then you got the motherfucking nerve to show up to our fucking doorstep and tell us what the fuck to damn do. And we need to get your black ass up and do something. Please be gone with that bullshit. If anything, what y'all should be doing is apologizing to us, trying to gain our trust again, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't fucking trust you. In order to build community, there has to be trust there, and you've already gone against the damn grain. You got 2 years to get y'all shit together before the next midterms and gaining black people's trust, because we don't trust y'all asses. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to be on the front lines and being used as a black human shield for people who do not even give a fuck about my existence, and played in our face and told us that they want us to suffer because they were angry. The same people who said that they were our allies when we said, if you vote for Kamala Harris, don't worry about her. The black community will hold her accountable if we elect her. But rather than reaching across the aisles for a compromise, you decide to play in our fucking face and set off a fucking bomb and explosion. And now all of us are dealing with the consequences. So please leave us the fuck alone. Stop harassing us. Remember, we don't know anything about oppression. We don't know anything about organization. We're DEI hires. We're apes. All this anti-black shit that y'all was saying on this TikTok app to black content creators and black people. We remember. Okay, November was number damn 3 months ago. We remember. The North remembers. Why is the onus always on us? Again, black people do something. Black people fix it. Black people organize it. Black people put it together. For us to tear it the fuck apart and then play in your face and claim to quote unquote be allies when all we ever do is lie. Because as soon as the white supremacists come a knocking, we're going to run and find safety in supremacy and leave your ass out in the cold to fend for yourself. Because again, black person, you're not human. Your life doesn't matter. Even though I have BLM in my bio, I honestly don't think it matters. I'm doing this for clicks and views and get invited to the cookout. Just stop. Why is it that everything that this black woman said has come to pass and it's been less than 2 fucking weeks? Why is it that everybody black was on the same damn time and the same fucking wavelength, but y'all couldn't be? Because again, y'all don't want fucking equality. Y'all want to benefit from white supremacy. And right now, black people are trying to internalize that, grasp that, and try to move differently around y'all because we do not trust anybody but our own in this moment. And can you really fucking blame us? Stitch this, bitch.
So Donald Trump is not proposing an ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's what it is. He wants the U.S. to take ownership of it, remove the people who are living there by force if needed to Egypt or Jordan. He wants to level it out and rebuild it to what he has called the Riviera of the Middle East. First and foremost, I want to say that this is not a fuck around and find out moment for the Palestinians living in Gaza because they did not fuck around. They could not vote in this past presidential election. They could not go to the polls. They could not cast a mail-in ballot. But for the so-called pro-Palestinian activists who could participate in this past presidential election, are you ready to admit that the people of Gaza are finding out because you fucked around and spread so much misinformation? Y'all went on and on and on demonizing Kamala Harris, calling her a war criminal, saying that she never spoke up for the people of Palestine, saying that she never called for a ceasefire. Did y'all do any fucking research? If you did, you would see that she was one of the first people to push the White House to be more sympathetic towards Palestinians. This article is from December of 2023. Vice President Kamala Harris has been telling colleagues in the administration, namely Joe Biden being among these officials, that she wants the White House to show more concern publicly for the humanitarian damage in Gaza. March of 2024, Kamala Harris calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. July of 2024, Harris says she will not be silent about humanitarian toll in Gaza. And the reminder that Google is still free. Kamala Harris multiple times called for a ceasefire and a 2-state solution. And I know what y'all are gonna say. She only said those things because she was running for president. She wanted to look good. Mind you, the first article I showed you was from December of 2023, but okay, pop off, queen. Y'all didn't want to believe Kamala Harris. Y'all didn't want to listen to her. Who then should we listen to? The people of Gaza? Because the Palestinians in Gaza themselves said that they prefer Kamala Harris over Trump. You call yourself a pro-Palestinian activist and say that you care about the people of Gaza, so tell me why, instead of amplifying their voices, did you speak over them? I need your answer quickly. I think that y'all never thought that Trump was actually going to be reelected. Y'all thought that y'all could get on here, say whatever you wanted about Kamala Harris. She would still win the election, and then y'all could use her as your punching bag for the next 4 years. Y'all did not have a plan for if Trump got reelected, and that's why it is fucking crickets from you bitches now. You can try to maintain that you were innocent, that you played no part in Trump being reelected. I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. Call it a J-Lo concert ticket, bitch. No one is fucking buying it. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
So a pro-Trump group called Arab Americans for Trump just announced that they will be changing their name to Arab Americans for Peace after Donald Trump proposed taking over Gaza and redeveloping it to turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East. So here's what the group's leader said as to why they are dropping the for Trump from their name and changing it to for peace. Quote, "The talk about what the president wants to do with Gaza, obviously, we're completely opposed to the idea of the transfer of Palestinians from anywhere in historic Palestine. And so we did not want to be behind the curve in terms of pushing for peace because that has been our objective from the very beginning. Yet, if that was your objective from the beginning, then why were you supporting a guy who wanted to enact a Muslim ban and who was so transparently obvious, inciting completely against the Palestinian people? Like, whether or not you supported Kamala Harris was one thing, but there is no denying that she was more benevolent to the Palestinian people than Donald Trump. It's unfortunate that it took Donald Trump saying he wants to level Gaza for this group to realize that supporting Donald Trump may not have been in the best interests of the Palestinian people."
Right, in response to someone saying, have you seen the video where Donald Trump is saying that he wants to clear out Gaza and send them to Jordan and Egypt? Their response is to come back and to continue to talk about Kamala Harris. Why are you talking about this woman still? She isn't even in office. It's over.
Everybody watching this to acknowledge that Palestinians did not elect Trump into office. Palestinians didn't vote for Trump except for a minority of Palestinians in Michigan. I made multiple videos critiquing Trump before his election, and all the hatred pointed at Palestinians for Trump's win should be pointed at the people who actually voted for him, not the people who just didn't vote for Kamala, because we did not cause him to win. Trump is a fucking psychopath. You could say I told you so, but we did not want him to win. I never said anybody but Kamala. I simply said I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm also not voting for Trump.
And to say Trump is a fucking psychopath, but you came out and openly were telling people you weren't voting for Kamala Harris. So what did you think the alternative was going to be? It was going to be Trump.
Trump is a fucking psychopath. You could say I told you so, but we did not want him to win. I never said anybody but Kamala. I simply said I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm also not voting for Trump.
Baby, stop the gaslighting. You're not trying to have no conversation for real. You got your comments off. You're not trying to see the comments. You just running your mouth. This is what happens when you are a pseudo-activist, okay? When you only make money off of putting videos out, fear-mongering your community. Because this only affects people that are in Gaza. If you live in America, a lot of these Palestinians, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't give a damn unless they got actual family members over there. That's just me being real. And shit, probably then they still don't care because they live in America. But to have the conversation, the reason why people, you got to vote within your interests. And if we put the interests on the board in front of someone like Maya, okay, we've seen 4 years of Trump. We've known Trump's past when it comes to minorities and how he sees minorities. We've seen that. We also understood Kamala Harris's position, right? She's the vice president. She can't do anything. She doesn't have the power to stop anything that's happening over in Gaza right now, right? Or she didn't have anything, right? Trump has been president, and we've seen how he treats minorities when he is president. Okay? You got to vote within your interests. There was nothing Trump or Jill Stein had that was within your interests. That is a fact. They were just fear-mongering the whole time. They didn't present a plan. They didn't present anything.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? I hope you are super, super, super great. Now, these are the times where time is proving that black people usually tell the truth. And a person just wants you, don't do something. You go ahead and do it. You don't think about the repercussions. You don't think about the consequences that this has to do, things that will come after making a decision. It's better for people who didn't even talk online. This guy literally talked online and everybody saw him trying to instigate, trying to gaslight people not to vote for Kamala Harris. And it's okay, like if you voted for Trump, it's okay. If you voted for Kamala Harris, it's okay. But this is a person that went online. And it's not like nobody didn't record this. They recorded it and now it's being played. I think he should be ashamed wherever he is. Right? So people are trying to share what they feel about this. And I'm going to be sharing with you what people are trying to say about this. Because I feel like, for me, I feel like black people are being played. Why am I saying so? Because tell me why, when something hasn't happened, people don't need black opinion. Actually, people don't want to relate with black folks. I think the last time I checked, Arabs considered themselves white. Maybe that explains why they voted for Trump. Without thinking that this is a person that has different policies. This is a person that thinks in a different way, that thinks in a different line. Now you're whether you are a white Arab, you are a Palestinian, or they don't care. Right? So you see the repercussion that this comes with. So somebody saying that during a campaign, they interrupted out with their protests. So I can't even feel bad for them. They attacked the person who was trying to help them. That was crazy. Somebody's also saying, why is every demographic that voted for that man now trying to call us action against him? You all wanted this, leave us alone. Yeah, just let black people out of it. I mean, that's crazy. Why would you do that? Let black people out of this. Right. Somebody saying that he went from willing to vote for Satan to literally kicking out his hair for Afro. Lol, next video, all have been Afro Peak and Dashiki. Somebody's also saying that that's the Arab fight and that's the Latinos fight. As black folks, we need to save our energy, because at some point in these 4 years, we're going to have to fight too. So nice, you are worried about self, we are too. I know, like, it's fight for everyone right now, but at least black folks told you not to do a couple of things, but you went in and did it. Now you're coming out trying to cry like nothing never happened. It's not like I like all these chaos that are happening, but I'm just trying to be critical, you all. I'm just trying to be empathetic. If I voted, or if I were a black person in the United States, of course I'm a black person, but not in the US. If I were a black person in the US, man, I don't know how I'll feel about this kind of people, but it happens. That's somebody saying that the relationships are diminished. We as black people are done. If it's not about us, then it's not about nothing. And the black people who voted for DT, we know who you are. Somebody said that. Somebody said that, can people just leave black Americans alone? We are on a vacation, I swear. We can't even enjoy our time without dear black, white, to the black community. Help us videos daily. We are on a vacation. Okay. Somebody saying that, hold up. There was a video of a few of them telling black people to stay out of their business. We listened and left it alone. Look at them. A lot of things are happening and people are trying to talk about this. Somebody's saying that, sitting on my hands for the next 4 years. I don't care how bad it gets. None of my business. What happened to the community who voted for the Klan? Somebody's also saying that, it's just amazing since Agent Orange got into office. I've been seeing all these different videos asking black people for help, and I get it. I do. However, no one has ever been there for black folks. In a sense, and as sad as it is to say, I almost happy that this is happening, because it is showing black folks that even though we have always been there for each other, we have only have each other as a community to help each other out. This is my prayer for all black people who happen to read this. Please continue to come together. It is time for us to unify and heal and accept our individual differences, regardless of where we are or what part of the world we are on. It is time for us to come together. Never mind anybody else. It is time for us to support one another in our healing, in our uplifting, in our love, and in our energy. We are powerful people individually. We are superhuman as a collective. So please, my collective of black people, stop fighting each other and let us heal so that we can uplift each other and leave the rest in the mess that they created. Much love, my black people. That's so important. One of the 92% here understand that we collectively don't give a F. This is how they fight and they problem. We have our own. I stand with my people and no one else, period. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Tell me what you think about this video. I'll most definitely appreciate you if you let me know how you feel, your honest opinion in regards to this. These are presented Generic Stories, and I'm hoping to see you in my next video. Until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.